All right, welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning, episode 198, I believe. Doing a preview today for the Florida Alabama ACC Championship game that will be happening tomorrow, the 19th of game time.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, SEC Championship game. Obviously, the Gators coming off of a huge loss to LSU, huge upset, whatever. Essentially eliminated them from playoff contention, but it is still possible. And the first thing that has to happen for that to happen is the Gators win tomorrow. Jay, can the Gators beat Alabama?
Yeah, we've been really anticipating for this game to possibly be the best game of the year, and it still possibly could be, but we anticipated this to be this game to have more than anything on the line.
We expected it to be Florida wins, they're in, and Florida loses, they're out.
Yeah.
But there's more to it now.
We said the entire year Florida controls their own fate to get into the SEC, or to get into the playoffs, and it'll come down to the SEC, and it still somewhat is reliant on that. Obviously, if they lose, they won't get in for sure. And they have a small chance that they win, but really the odds are not in their favor by any means like they were. They did not win out. We all saw the Marco Wilson play against LSU. No matter what, me and Carson were even saying, in the middle of that game, even if we end up winning, this level of play cannot go toe-to-toe with Alabama. Things can change. We might be getting Kyle Pitts back, so that's obviously our number one receiving guy. That's going to help us. That just brings up our offense a couple of points for sure. But even then, Alabama is arguably the best team in the NCAA. College football, they're obviously ranked number one for a reason. I don't see us winning. If I have to put my own money on the line, I think Alabama's favored by 17 points, so that kind of tells you something alone. The Las Vegas doesn't even expect it to be a close game. I still think the Gators have a fighter's chance, but it's just going to be really upsetting even if we somehow pull off a win, if we don't even get in, just because of that stupid play against LSU. Overall, I don't want to say it came down to the Marco Wilson thing. Yeah, that did kind of end the game for us, but really we shouldn't have been playing that bad overall anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point with that play. But, I mean, the way we played last week against LSU, we let a true freshman quarterback in his first start walk all over us, put up 37 points. We let a crippled LSU defense, missing their best corner in Stingley. I mean, the LSU team should not have beat us at all, but their defense obviously held them to less points than them. And their offense put up more than we scored, so that's simply how you win a football game, and we weren't able to come out on top of a 3-5 team. This week, I mean, Alabama's obviously the best team in college football. That offense led by Mac Jones with Najee Harris in the backfield and Devontae Smith catching or receiving 200 yards a game, going to be hard to stop. And their defense is obviously top of the nation, whatever. Fewest points allowed. I mean, their averaging win margin is like 30 points, over 30 points. They're beating teams like we beat Kentucky by maybe two scores, probably 17 points, I think. They beat them by 60. They're that much better. They have been that much better than us all season. But to say that we can't win this game would not be true. I think this LSU loss from us last week kind of put some fire under the Gators players, under Dan Mullen, whatever. So I think that can be used as motivation. And now it's almost too little too late if we come out and win this football game. But it still is possible. Go ahead if you have something to say.
We just kind of looked into the odds, what it would take, and really we're ranked number 7, number 5 is Texas A&M, and number 6 is Iowa State. We would need, obviously, Iowa State to lose to Oklahoma.
Which they almost did in week 1. So
Week 3.
Week 3, sorry. That can happen.
And we know Spencer Rattler is definitely an emerging quarterback and will eventually be an NFL quarterback for sure, in my opinion. So I do think Oklahoma can pull off the upset against Iowa State. So that's what we need. And we also need Clemson to lose to Notre Dame. But really, when it comes, even if those two things fall in place, it comes down to us beating Alabama, and I still don't know if we could pull that off.
Right. I think of those 3 things right now, the least likely is us winning this football game. Like I said, our offense is one-dimensional through the air for the most part. Theirs in Alabama, as in theirs, is however many dimensions there are. They have them all. They have, like I said, Devontae Smith. Waddle, I believe, is healthy now. I mean,
Najee Harris might win the Heisman.
Yes, right now he's up in the Heisman race because Trask dropped last week. So really, Alabama has every single factor in a great football team.
Yeah.
And right now, the Gators are missing a defense, which is the biggest thing in winning a championship, at least in higher level football. Yeah. And we're missing a running game. So we're missing a lot. But I think this LSU, of course, that hurt our playoff chances drastically, but I think that's going to help us win this football game if we're going to be able to do it next week.
What we need to win is to Kyle Trask play like he is going to win the Heisman. If he could somehow pull off an Alabama win, that might throw him back in the Heisman race because it'd take 5 touchdowns of 450 yards. So it is possible.
Against the best team in the country.
But to me, he either wins this game and wins Heisman or doesn't even come close, ruins his draft stocks, ruins his Heisman case, and I don't see the Gators pulling it off as much as I want them to. But found consensus they do not.
Yeah, I agree. Comment below if you think Gators can beat Alabama 2-1.
That's good.
They don't have a table to slap. That was long.
Probably 8 or 9.